While the assassin was carrying out his mission, the view through his scope was suddenly blocked by a beautiful woman. Trained to react quickly, he shifted the crosshairs back onto his target. Heart rate 65. That was his optimal state. Carl gripped his weapon tightly, focused, and prepared to kill. As the tycoon reappeared in his sights, Carl decisively pulled the trigger. But at that critical moment, the beautiful woman suddenly moved, stepping right into the path of the bullet. Carl quickly chambered another round to take a follow-up shot, but the bodyguards had already spotted his shooting position and swiftly pulled the curtains shut. The best sniping opportunity usually comes only once. Carl promptly packed away his rifle, picked up any trash from the scene, put on his helmet, and quickly headed downstairs. He mounted the little electric scooter parked at the door and slipped away via a side road just as police sirens wailed in the distance. On the move, he ditched the magazine, discarded his gear, took back alleys to avoid patrol cars, then removed his helmet and changed out of his clothes. He thoroughly washed himself, and in his meticulous attention to detail, even shaved his face. Before leaving, he sprayed on a generous amount of perfume. Once everything was dealt with, he walked out clean and composed, flagged down a taxi, and headed straight for the airport. Before entering, he pulled out the pistol he kept for self-defense, wiped off all fingerprints, and quietly dropped it into a trash bin. But during security screening, he noticed a police dog staring at him. Even though he had cleaned off any scent, he didn't dare risk challenging the dog's nose, turned toward the restroom, and carefully wiped himself down again. Later, he booked another flight. But just as he was about to board, his boss called. Carl knew that when a hit on a high-value target failed, the assassin might be eliminated to cover tracks, meaning he was now possibly being hunted from two sides. Hanging up, he pulled out the SIM card, smashed his phone underfoot to prevent tracking, and even on the plane, he stayed alert, constantly watching his surroundings. He noticed a man in sunglasses who seemed to be monitoring him. Upon landing, Carl used another fake identity to arrange a mid-route transfer. Coincidentally, the man in sunglasses also booked a transfer, and the two of them even crossed paths in the same waiting lounge. Carl's inner alarm bells rang. This man was very likely tailing him. Not daring to take the risk, he immediately changed his ticket to a flight the next morning and checked into the airport hotel. He ordered dinner, and after confirming it was indeed delivered by a hotel staff member, he cautiously stood to the side of the door. He propped a glass against the doorknob and placed a plate directly beneath it, so if the door was opened, the glass would fall onto the plate, making noise. Then he took the dinner knife and turned off the lights. Thankfully, the night passed without incident. Carl finally boarded his flight and returned to the Dominican Republic. His car was waiting just outside the airport, but even on the road, he remained on high alert, constantly changing routes, staying vigilant, and never driving parallel to another vehicle.